What if I told you that the biggest opportunity to make more money in America right now was absolutely nothing to do with buying rental properties, picking the next Nvidia, trading options, or starting a side hustle? In fact, while millions of Americans are desperately looking for ways to cut expenses, something much bigger is happening right in front of us, and almost nobody is talking about it. Think about this. According to Federal Reserve data, credit card debt in America has climbed above $1 trillion. Housing affordability remains near historic lows. Inflation may have cooled from its peak, but millions of Americans still feel like they're falling behind. The average person thinks the solution is simple. Spend less, save more, budget harder. But what if that's the wrong strategy? What if the people who become wealthy over the next decade focused less on reducing expenses and more on dramatically increasing income? And what if a massive shift is happening right now that could allow ordinary workers, investors, and entrepreneurs to earn more than previous generations ever imagined? Here's the scary part. Most people won't notice this opportunity until it's too late. Just like most people ignored the internet in the 1990s, just like most people laughed at online businesses, just like most people thought social media was a fad. History has a funny way of rewarding the people who pay attention early and punishing the people who wait. Today, we're talking about a hidden income opportunity that could reshape wealth building in America over the next decade. And if you stay until the end, you'll discover why some experts believe this shift could create a new class of high-income earners, why most Americans are approaching it completely wrong, and the exact steps you can take to put yourself on the winning side of this trend. Now, let's be honest. For years, personal finance advice has sounded almost identical. Cut your spending, make coffee at home, cancel subscriptions, stop eating out, save more, invest the difference. And while none of that advice is bad, there's a problem. There's only so much you can cut. You can only cancel Netflix once. You can only skip Starbucks so many times. You can only reduce spending until you hit a wall. But income has no ceiling. And that's where the real opportunity begins. Because right now, America is entering one of the most important economic transitions we've seen in decades. A transition that is quietly creating massive opportunities for people willing to adapt. Most Americans don't see it yet. The media isn't covering it enough. Politicians aren't talking about it. And Wall Street is focused on something completely different. But by the end of this video, you'll understand why this hidden trend may become one of the most important wealth-building opportunities of the next 10 years. Let me ask you a simple question. Have you ever received a raise and still felt broke? You're not alone. For millions of Americans, that's become the new normal. You work harder, you earn more, your paycheck grows, yet somehow your financial situation barely changes. Why? Because expenses have been growing right alongside income. Housing costs have surged over the past decade. Insurance costs continue rising. Healthcare costs continue climbing. College tuition remains expensive. Food prices have increased significantly compared to just a few years ago. Suddenly, that raise you were excited about disappears. And here's the hidden danger. Most people assume they have a spending problem, but many actually have an income problem. That distinction changes everything. Imagine two people. Person A spends months trying to save an extra $200 per month. Person B increases income by $1,000 per month. Who reaches financial freedom faster? The answer is obvious. Yet most financial conversations focus almost entirely on saving money. Why? Because it's easier to tell people what not to buy than it is to show them how to create more value. And value is where wealth begins. Here's the part nobody talks about. The wealthiest people in America rarely become wealthy because they're experts at clipping coupons. They become wealthy because they solve valuable problems. They create leverage, they increase productivity, they develop skills that other people are willing to pay for. And right now, one particular trend is making that easier than ever before. Let's talk about artificial intelligence. I know the second you hear AI, your mind probably goes to robots replacing jobs, layoffs, automation, economic disruption. And yes, some of those concerns are real, but that's not the story most people are missing. The bigger story is something completely different. AI isn't just replacing work, it's amplifying productive workers. Think about a financial analyst. 10 years ago, gathering data could take hours, research could take hours, creating reports could take hours. Today, many of those tasks can be accelerated dramatically using technology. The same is true for marketers, sales professionals, writers, designers, programmers, consultants, small business owners, even real estate agents. The worker who learns how to leverage these tools effectively can often produce significantly more output than someone using traditional methods. And historically, workers who produce more value tend to earn more money. This isn't speculation. Throughout history, productivity and income have been closely linked. The Industrial Revolution rewarded workers who embraced machines. The Computer Revolution rewarded workers who embraced technology. The Internet Revolution rewarded workers who embraced digital tools. Now we're seeing another shift, and every shift creates winners and losers. The question is simple. Which side are you going to be on? But wait, before you start thinking this is just another AI hype video, here's something that should concern you. The biggest risk may not be that AI takes your job. The biggest risk may be that someone using AI becomes significantly more productive than you. That's a completely different conversation, and it leads directly to the next hidden truth that could determine who builds wealth during the next decade and who struggles to keep up. History repeats itself, not exactly, but often in surprising ways. When personal computers first appeared, many people ignored them. When the internet became available, many people dismissed it. When online businesses started growing, many experts predicted they would fail. Then reality happened. The people who adapted gained an advantage. The people who resisted often got left behind. Today, we may be seeing a similar pattern. Most people are still treating AI like a novelty, something interesting, something experimental, something optional. That mindset could become very expensive because the highest earners of the future may not be people who work the hardest. They may be the people who learn the fastest. That's a completely different game, and it's one most Americans aren't prepared for. And once you understand that, it leads to an even bigger realization. The financial advice most Americans follow may no longer be enough. Now here's where things get controversial. For years, personal finance influencers have preached one message over and over again. Spend less, cut expenses, live below your means. And to be clear, that's still important. But here's the question nobody asks. What if you've already cut everything you can? What if you're already budgeting? What if you're already driving an older car? What if you're already skipping vacations? What if you've already cancelled every subscription? Then what? This is where many Americans get stuck because they keep focusing on shrinking expenses when they should be expanding income. Think about it. If you save an extra $100 a month, that's great. But if you increase your income by $1,000 a month, you've changed the game entirely. The math isn't even close. Yet most people spend years trying to optimize tiny expenses while ignoring opportunities to dramatically increase their earning power. Here's the hidden truth. The wealthy don't just focus on saving money, they focus on creating value, and value creates income. Income creates investment capital creates wealth. That's the cycle. Not coupons, not budgeting hacks, not skipping lattes. Those things matter around the edges, but income is the engine. And the bigger the engine, the faster wealth can grow. Now let's talk about something incredibly important, because this is where most Americans underestimate the opportunity. Imagine two people, both start with zero additional income. Person A continues earning the same salary for the next 10 years. Person B increases income by just $500 per month. That's $6,000 per year. Not life-changing, at least not initially. But what happens if that extra $500 gets invested? Now things become interesting. Historically, diversified stock market investments have generated positive long-term returns over extended periods, although future returns are never guaranteed. Over decades, consistent investing can create powerful compounding effect. And here's the crazy part. The investment isn't the biggest advantage, the increased income is, because higher income creates more opportunities, more investing, more flexibility, more options, more financial security. Most Americans focus on maximizing investment returns, but the truly wealthy often focus on maximizing cash flow first. Why? Because a larger river fills the bucket faster. This changes everything. Suddenly, the conversation isn't about finding the next hot stock, it's about increasing the amount of money available to invest, and that's a much more controllable strategy. Now let's shift gears for a moment, because there's another reason this income opportunity matters: retirement. According to surveys conducted by major retirement providers, many Americans worry they aren't saving enough for retirement. And honestly, some of those concerns are justified. Life expectancy has increased, healthcare costs remain significant, and retirement may last 20, 30, or even 40 years for some people. That's a long time. Here's the problem. Many people assume their 401k alone will solve everything. But here's the part nobody talks about. A retirement account is only as powerful as the contributions going into it. You can't compound money that never gets invested. That means income matters a lot. Someone earning $60,000 and investing 15% is doing something fantastic. But imagine what happens if that person increases income to $90,000 while maintaining the same savings rate. Suddenly, retirement contributions rise dramatically, compounding accelerates, financial freedom arrives sooner, and that's why increasing income may be one of the most overlooked retirement strategies available today. Not because investing doesn't matter, but because investing works better when income grows. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Many people hear about technology and immediately think, my job is at risk. Maybe, maybe not. But here's what history suggests. Technology doesn't simply destroy jobs, it transforms them. Think about bank tellers. ATMs didn't eliminate banking, they changed banking. Think about travel agents. The internet changed travel, but it also created entirely new industries. Think about social media. It eliminated some opportunities while creating others worth billions of dollars. The same pattern has happened repeatedly throughout history. The danger isn't change, the danger is ignoring change, because while some people spend years arguing about whether a trend is good or bad, other people are learning how to benefit from it. Those are usually the people who win. Here's a question. If AI and productivity tools become standard in 5 years, would you rather be learning them now or competing against people who already mastered them? Exactly. That's the opportunity. And that's why waiting could become extremely expensive. Now let's talk directly to investors, because many viewers are probably wondering, should I just buy AI stocks? Not necessarily. And here's why. History is full of revolutionary technologies, but not every company attached to those technologies succeeds. The dot-com era transformed the world, yet countless internet companies disappeared. The technology won. Many investors didn't. That's an important distinction. The real opportunity may not be predicting which company wins. The real opportunity may be becoming more productive yourself, because unlike stock prices, productivity is something you can directly influence. Think about that. You can't control market returns. You can't control interest rates. You can't control inflation. You can't control Federal Reserve decisions, but you can control your skills. You can control your learning. You can control your adaptability. That's powerful, and it gives you something most investors desperately want, an edge. So how do you actually take advantage of this? First, identify repetitive tasks in your work. Anything repetitive is a potential opportunity for automation or efficiency improvements. Second, spend just 30 minutes a day learning tools that can improve productivity. 30 minutes, that's it. Over a year, that small investment can become substantial. Third, focus on high-income skills. Communication, sales, leadership, negotiation, problem-solving, strategic thinking. Technology amplifies these skills rather than replacing them. Fourth, invest in yourself. Most people spend more time researching stocks than improving their earning potential. Imagine if Warren Buffett spent all his time looking for investments, but never developed business skills. It wouldn't work. Your earning power is often your most valuable asset. Treat it that way. Fifth, turn increased income into investments. Don't let lifestyle inflation steal your progress. When income rises, direct part of the increase toward long-term investing. That's how income becomes wealth. Now here's the uncomfortable reality. Most people watching this video won't take action. Not because they can't, because they'll assume there's more time. That's what people thought during the internet boom. That's what people thought about social media. That's what people thought about countless opportunities throughout history. Human nature rarely changes. Most people wait for certainty, but certainty usually arrives after the biggest opportunities have passed. The winners aren't necessarily the smartest people. They're often the people willing to act before everyone else agrees. That's the hidden advantage. And that's why this conversation matters. Not because the future is guaranteed, but because adaptation has historically been rewarded. Let's bring everything together. America is changing, the economy is changing, technology is changing, and with every major change comes opportunity. Most people are focused on cutting expenses. Most people are worried about inflation. Most people are trying to survive. But the people who build significant wealth often ask a different question. How can I create more value? Because value creates income. Income creates investing power. Investing power creates wealth, and wealth creates freedom. The hidden opportunity nobody is talking about isn't some secret stock. It isn't a magic investment. It isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's increasing your ability to produce value in a world where productivity is becoming more important than ever. The biggest financial risk may not be a recession. It may not be inflation. It may not be a stock market crash. The biggest risk could be standing still while the world moves forward. And history has shown us exactly what happens to people who ignore major shifts. The question is simple. Will you be one of the people adapting to the future, or one of the people reacting to it? If you found this video valuable, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more investing, retirement, and wealth building content, and let me know in the comments, what's the biggest financial mistake Americans are making right now? And do you think increasing income is more important than cutting expenses? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.